Hello. Welcome back to another episode of On the DL. My name is Danielle.
And I'm Linda.
So yeah, like I was just saying, I washed my car for the first time in probably 6 months.
I passed by like a few car washes. I'm like, I should probably do that.
My car was really gross.
I usually wait until like springtime because I'm like, it's probably going to snow again. Something's going to fall in my car again.
What's the point of washing our cars? We don't know.
I don't want to do that. That's
I
silly.
thought it would make me feel better. It does not make me feel better. So today, I'm going to talk about a time that I fucked around and I found out. So we're going to start by saying, all right, fuck around and find out. What does that mean?
So I take fuck around and find out in a sense of like, for some reason, I kept thinking about my childhood and shit where I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know better. And I indeed did not know better.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I think for me, it's like you're trying to find a shortcut or you're trying to, like that. Like you're just trying to find a shortcut or something. You're trying to like cheat in some type of way. And it like karma comes back and smacks you in the face.
Okay. I like that. I like the karma coming back around because that's kind of essentially what it means. But there's also other things. And I, of course, had to like go and like look at synonyms or like other ways to say it or ways to say it that maybe you're not swearing. And one of them that I thought of right away was you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
I'm
like
screaming.
the whitest, the whitest thing you could ever say. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
That's my favorite one.
There was one that was really, really funny. And it was like, oh, you made your bed, now sleep in it. That's a good one. But there was one, you are free to test that assumption at your convenience. So basically, this is a fuck around and find out episode. So I'm going to tell you a story about me. Now, there's been plenty of times where I have fucked all the way around.
Okay.
And I have not found out. So karma came for me in different ways when I was doing the fucking around and did not find out at the time, right? But there is this one time now, many years ago, it's like literally 10 years ago, I was still at a point in my life where I was looking through people's shit. I was looking through phones. I was looking for shit. I was looking through laptops. I was looking through emails because like I just like needed to know.
Were you ever doing the fucked up shit? Were you trying to find something because you did something?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're just certifiably crazy.
Well, I think at that point, with the specific person that I was dating at this point in time, it was after I had gone through like a very large trauma with a previous boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, this new boyfriend had nothing to do with my previous trauma. He just kind of like had to.
He was caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, it just is what it is. It was what it was. Period. So I did fuck around one time, and I was like always looking through his shit when he wasn't around.
Mm-hmm.
Always looking through it. And, you know, at this point in my life, I would rather die than look through somebody's phone or look through someone's shit. I just don't. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's like a sense of security too, right? Like you said, you just don't care. But I said it in one of our previous podcasts. Like if you have to get to a point where you're like looking for something, if you're just like crazy, you're just crazy. But if you're like, if you need to look for something, this person probably gave you a reason to be trying to find something.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. But anyways, so I was looking through this person's shit. All right. And I had to like go through an email, like, because I couldn't find anything on text. I found some like stupid little text message that kind of like hurt my feelings, but it wasn't like anything crazy. I did go through this person's email and I found nude pictures.
So wait,
of this person.
I need to cut you off real quick because I literally just had this conversation a couple of days ago because somebody was talking about, oh, I don't have it on my phone anymore, but I should go through my email. Now, I'm technologically very slow. I didn't even know you could save things in your email like that.
I didn't know that either.
I had no idea, but this is a thing.
Oh.
And that person was saying to me, they're like, oh, yeah, like I have like pictures that no one will ever find in that email. I'm like, what if your email ever got hacked? I had 29 years of existence, had no idea that you could
I still didn't know
save
that
shit.
in your email. Okay,
In
well,
your
good,
email.
good to know if I need to hide shit, but I'm not fucking hiding shit from
Yeah.
anybody. But
But
what?
it's just so funny how you're bringing that up because I'm like, that's so weird. I just found this out literally a couple of days ago.
No, maybe he knew this 10 years ago. I don't know. Anyways, in any case, I found nudes from this girl that I knew who she was. And I was like, what the fuck? And, screenshot, and confront, because you just got to confront.
Yeah.
So that was me finding out after I fucked around. But the funny part of this story is that when I was like, well, why do you have these? Like, why is she sending them to you? He goes, well, she called me and asked me to take her to dinner, and I said no. I'm like, what? I said no to taking her to dinner, so she sent me those photos. I go,
That is
she
so
said
the biggest-
no? Wait, what? You said no. I'm not going to take you to dinner. And she's like, let me send you my tits. What?
like you have like fucking moron written on your goddamn forehead.
Are you
Like,
fucking kidding me?
God. Are you
Well, no,
serious?
that's just like what happened. But I couldn't like look through any text messages because clearly he had erased all of them.
Yeah.
And I just kind of had to take it. And I should have broken up with him then, but I didn't because, I was an idiot. And I just had to continue on and then keep looking through his phone for however many years after that. Anyways, that was about me fucking around. And I found out, that people are fucked up.
I feel like we've all kind of been to a point in our lives where we've fucked around and found out.
Well, tell me about a time that you fucked around and found out. What do you got for me?
I don't really think I have anything. Like you said, you kind of like fucked around, but you never found out. You know what I mean? I feel like my karma came back in different shapes.
Yep.
If that makes sense. Like it wasn't like direct karma, like I did this to somebody and then it came back to me in the same way. It all came back in different shapes. I definitely fucked around when I was like in my teens. I for sure fucked around and found out. I can't even tell you how many times, like especially when I first started driving. Oh my God, I thought I was Fast and Furious. I thought I was like the greatest driver in the entire world. I fucked around really bad one time where I think it was actually not even my car, it was my mom's brand new car, but she was like, I had just got my license. She's like, my mom doesn't even fucking drive. There was zero reason for my mom to have a car. So I was driving it. I was like, absolutely. And I was on the highway, again, brand new driver going far too fast.
Okay.
For no reason. And there was like barricades coming up and I was like, oh fuck. But there was like a 16-wheel oil truck to like the right of me. So I'm in the far left lane. And I said to myself, I can beat this oil truck.
No.
For sure I can beat him. So I gun it. This fucking oil truck clips me on the side of my car.
Shit.
I end up on like the other side of the highway. And he obviously it's a truck, so he's far down by the time he actually stops. He comes running down the highway, and I'm frozen in my car, and I'm like, oh my God. He comes to my door, and he's knocking on my window, and I was like so frozen, I couldn't even like open the window. I didn't know what was happening. I finally get out of the car. He was like, oh my God. He's like, 1 minute you're to like the left of me, the next you're in front of me, and I'm about to run into you, then you just disappear. I'm like, my guardian angel is so stressed. So stressed because I'm pretty sure in that moment, I was like, okay, I don't know what happened. And I remember when the cop came and I started crying because it like hit me. I'm like, I looked at the side of my car and it looked like somebody just took pliers to like the side of the car. It looked terrifying. And the cop comes over and I start lying.
Oh no.
I fucked around again. I fucked around twice in one instance. And the cop, obviously I was what, 18 years old? I must have been 18 going on 19. Anyway, yeah, I was 18 going on 19. And so I'm telling this cop, like, the situation, and he kind of stops writing. Right? And he's just looking at me, and he goes, all right, calm down, whatever, blah, blah. Sure enough, call my father, and of course, I'm like, I'm alive, so now my dad's going to kill me. So I was like, I'm done. I'm done for. Come to find out, fast forward, the report comes out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This cop happens to be an investigator for car crashes. So everything that I said was basically a lie and he knew it. And then I got 3 tickets.
For lying to a cop.
It was not only that, it was like unsafe lane change, reckless driving, blah, blah, blah. And there was another time again on the highway. Like I said, I fucked around a lot. But now I'm a grandma. Like, go around me. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care. You're in a rush. I'm not. I could be 20 minutes late somewhere. I don't care. And again, I was like around like 19 and I was easily doing like 117. I think it was like I was over 100 miles per hour. And this state trooper clocks me from like far away. And I'm like, fuck. I pull over on the left shoulder. I pull over on the left shoulder. I have no license on me. Nothing. He comes to the window and he goes, "Hey, speed racer, where are you going?" And I go, "Oh, just going to work." "Oh, just moseying on over to work." And he goes, "Do you know how fast you're going?" I go, "No, I was just following the traffic." Again, with the lies.
With
right?
the lies.
It was always the lies. I was like, "Oh, I was just following the traffic." He goes, "You were following the traffic." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't think that I was going so fast." He goes, "I clocked you at 117. I go, "No way." I was like, then everybody was going 117 because I was following the traffic. He was not buying it. He goes, "License and registration." I go, "I have the registration, again, in my mother's name. No license on me. I have a license. Didn't have it on me that day." He goes, "I'll come back." That dude, when I say to you, it was 5 tickets attached to one, which I didn't even know was a thing. It ran, like if I held it all the way up, just
Like a CVS receipt?
like a CVS receipt. It was like reckless driving, endangerment, driving without a license, pulling over on the left hand. That's when I really found out you're not supposed to do that.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. You're supposed to pull over on the right. Anyway, there was many. That was like 2 of many where I for sure fucked around. But there was a few instances where I got away with certain things, especially with driving. Now, like I said, fast forward 10 years, I'm like, no.
good.
Even if I'm in a car with somebody who's driving fast, I'm like, where are you going? Slow down. Fucking open the door. Bye. I want no part of this. I'm scared.
Rolling out.
Literally roll out of the car.
Goodbye.
But I definitely fucked around and found out a lot. Like, I was young, but those cops were like, "Yeah, no, you need to be off the road.
I'm screaming.
You need to get the fuck off the road." So I definitely, but yeah, when I was younger, I definitely thought I could get away with a lot more. And like I said, there's certain things that I've done in my past that took form in different ways. Like my karma was different. Like as I got older, definitely with like relationships, my karma for sure came and got me.
Oh, yeah. It always comes back. Karma always comes back around. So, if you're going to fuck around, you just got to realize that you're going to find out. Or if
what
you're
do they always say? Like just like how they always say, the truth always comes out. You're going to find out one way or another.
It really does. It really does. So
it fucking comes back.
What I'm going to, okay, I think I'm going to save yours for last.
That one was so funny.
I have another one that's kind of like an NSFW sitch, which is kind of fucked up.
Well, the one that I sent you, it was like really you fucked around. You thought you were doing something and you really thought you were doing something.
You
thought you were fucking cool. Oh my God, that story was so funny. I screenshotted it and I sent it right to you. I'm like, here you go.
Hello?
That's my contribution to this episode.
Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about a few different instances where others have fucked around and found out. You kind of heard about mine. I really wish that there was I got a bigger karma for some of the fucking around that I've done. But I'm not violent.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people that's going to run up and confront anything or anyone. I don't care.
I was definitely violent in my early 20s. I definitely I say it to my sister too, because my sister's very similar to me. We're small, but you would think that we're 6'4" with the way that our attitudes are and the way that we'll talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I've never gotten just clocked in the fucking face.
I was gonna say, getting your ass kicked.
I don't know how I never got my ass kicked.
That's what a lot of the if you look on the Twitter, if you look up fuck around and find out on Twitter, it's all about people trying to start fights and then getting their asses kicked or something or trying to rob someone and the guy comes out with a gun. They're crazy. And I'm well, thank God I've never done anything like that.
It's crazier and crazier. Oh my God. There was one time my dad, I had a knife on me. I was like, I told you I was
You
violent.
had a knife like
Yeah.
on your person, like not
yeah,
okay,
always.
no.
Like normal people had like pepper spray, even a taser. No, I had the most outrageous knife on me at all times. And it was like the size of my palm. It was a legal knife, but it could definitely fuck somebody up.
I'm sure.
I got to a point again with the driving. I had such bad road rage. Somebody pissed me off. She got out of the car. So then I was like, I'm going to get out of the car. And I whipped my knife out. My dad said, give me the knife. You're done with the knife.
Stop. We're
But
done with
I
this.
think about moments like that, and I'm like, that person could have easily
Pulled a gun on you and shot you. Girl, what are
a
you doing?
1,000,000%. My karma would have been right then and there. Oh my God, I don't even know her.
Honestly, we're lucky.
I don't know who that is. That was
We don't-
Patricia.
We
That
don't.
was
Okay,
something
not
that-
Patricia. Okay. Okay, so this one, Avi from Reddit, because, you know, we just love Reddit. I, female 29, had to move for a few months to a different city for my studies. I moved in September and will stay here until June. Now, this was posted in January of this year. My sister called me to say that she saw him with my best friend. So obviously she's married with this man.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have thought anything about it if my sister didn't say that she had the sense that they looked caught. I logged onto his phone. I saw the texts, including the ones discussing the interaction with my sister. I sent him all the screenshots, and then I made a Tinder for myself.
That was your
And
first thought, was to make a Tinder?
Let me send all the screenshots and then start my own Tinder, because she's like, you know what? You want to fuck around? Here we go. I started talking to a guy. We got flirty and planned to meet on Friday, and I took screenshots and sent them to my husband, too. He's been calling and texting me since yesterday. Please don't do this, he said. But I don't think I hurt him as much as he hurt me. So she's like, you did fuck around. You're fucking with my friend. And now you're going to find out.
You know, it would have been funny if she got to that restaurant and it was actually her husband. On some psycho shit, that is something that could possibly happen. That would have been fucking hilarious. If he's like, no, don't do it, and she still goes and it's her husband that had the fake profile.
Yep. Okay, so now there's an update just like a few days later.
Oh.
All right, so I actually did not read this. So here's the update. I found out more about the cheating, and I guess my husband thought an explanation would make it better in some way. It just ended up making it worse. Much, much worse. Of course, I haven't spoken to him in person because that is what he wants, and that is what I won't give him. I have just been reading his frantic messages that he's been sending me because I don't pick up. I live in another city for my last semester of school. It was something that we both believe we can manage. And let's face it, real couples who share real love do manage it. I visit home every other weekend, and he comes here every other weekend. The weeks that I only have lectures that don't require physical presence, I stay with him and do them online. I knew it was going to be hard because it is hard to be apart from your loved one. But never did I think that he would cheat and use being lonely and missing me as an excuse. But that was his excuse. This is harder than he expected, and that he missed me all the time. He met my best friend on coincidence one day, and he lamented how much he missed me and hated being apart, and she was supportive and understanding. Then it happened, all because he missed me. Can you imagine leaving your home and the people you know and love to be stuck in a city where you don't know anyone and have no family and friends, and read your husband makes that as an excuse? I called my best friend's husband, because she's married too, on Friday and told him everything. I wanted to know everything before I ruined another marriage, especially because she and her husband have 2 children.
Yikes.
I apologized to him and told him that I wasn't sure if he wanted to know or not, but that he probably would eventually hear about it, and maybe it's better that he heard it from me than gossipy acquaintances. He was shocked and devastated, but he thanked me. We ended up talking for 4 hours, trying to remember if we missed any red flags and how stupid we must have been not to notice any. I have heard that he has moved out with his children. The only text I got from her was that I was vindictive and not to worry. Her husband loves her, and that I didn't succeed in my revenge. I have been living in an Airbnb these past few days because I knew that my husband would try to visit me, and I was right. He is currently in my apartment. I ended up meeting the Tinder guy for drinks. He knows that I am newly single and only in town for a few months, and I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I shared a picture of our drinks on my Instagram story and made sure that his arm showed. My phone went mental with texts and calls from my husband, over 100 calls and texts. To be honest, I felt like I needed to meet someone to talk to anyway. While I know a few people here don't really have any friends, while I do know a few people here, I don't really have many friends, and it was just nice to meet and talk to somebody. He's very good looking too, so I will definitely keep in touch. And he texted me yesterday about meeting again. So nothing happened on Friday, but eventually it will. I know I will never hurt my husband the way he hurt me because I don't believe he ever loved me like I loved him. He hurt me because I love him. I hurt him because he loves himself. So, sounds like her husband fucked around and found out.
Definitely. I feel like, so I have a few thoughts.
Okay. Let's hear him.
First of all, when something like that happens to you, obviously it hurts and it could really break somebody. I've never obviously been married. I don't know what that feels like, especially to have like your best friend sleeping with your husband, whatever.
Yep.
But I feel like she's a bit childish.
Well, that was the first thing she thought about was, like, gotta get him back.
Yeah.
Gotta get him back.
Like literally her first thought was, how do I hurt him? Because like in her head, she's saying, I don't want to hurt him and I don't think I can hurt him. You probably think you can't hurt him because, like she said, he's choosing himself. You just loved him so much you wanted him to feel that type of pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just the way she went about it was so fucking childish. She's like, I made sure that his arm was up. Like you were saying that and I'm like, oh my God, I probably have done that like in high school.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, let me post this and make sure his little nubby fingers are showing or
Not
something.
the
You know what
nubby
I mean?
fingers.
Like it's kind of like childish, but the truth always comes out.
It really does.
And she clearly had a hunch something was going on.
Well, she did say that she wouldn't have thought anything of it if her sister didn't say, hey, it looks like they looked like they were caught. But
Yeah.
like if they were friends.
I don't know. You know what they say? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
That's scary and sad.
That's so terrible.
That's really bad. I really would rather just not keep anyone close at all.
No.
If that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's
like
very
I'm good.
true.
I don't want to.
I just, I don't know. We're 25 episodes of this podcast in. The amount of times that we've read stories of people like their significant other sleeping with their best friend, I can't for the life of me wrap my head around it. How you can get to that point. How you can like hurt somebody that bad. So if you're like listening and you are like doing some shiesty shit like that, stop it. Please stop. It's weird.
Stop doing that right now.
What did I say a while ago? I was like, ma'am, that woman's husband is not the love of your life.
She's not your soulmate, love. That
Not
lady's husband is not your soulmate.
That lady's husband is not the love of your life. Just want to make sure that you know that.
He's not the love of your life. He's literally just a guy.
Literally.
Hit him with your car.
Hit him with your car. I love that. I love that. That voice. So funny. Oh, well, he definitely found out. But like, it sounds like the type of guy he is. He's probably already married and has like 2 kids with somebody else already.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? He's one of those.
We hate those.
It's a man.
He's literally just a guy.
He's literally just a guy. Hit him with your car. Fuck it.
Okay, so this one is from Today I Fucked Up, which is...
I love that subreddit.
That's a funny one. You know what's another good one?
They don't fuck... It's feral in there.
It really...
it's scary.
Petty Revenge is another good one because I've seen some fucking fucked up shit there.
Yeah, if you want to feel better about yourself, go on these subreddits.
Yeah, go to Today I Fucked Up because
you
then
will
you'll be
feel
like, oh,
so much better about your life.
I know. It's really something. It's really something. Anyway.
Let's go.
This happened yesterday, but I spent that one worrying about the fate of my precious butthole instead of wondering how much Reddit karma I can get for this.
Okay. Interesting.
I have a newfound, actually, I'm not even going to say anything about it.
Wait, I want to know. What are you going to say? You can't do that.
I have a weird thing about buttholes.
Oh,
now.
yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get into it.
It's not. But now I wonder all the time. Now that's all I'm wondering.
What everybody's butthole looks like?
Yeah. It's so bad. Oh, I'm such a creep.
And then for your birthday, I'm getting you butt bleaching cream.
Oh my God. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to do the butthole bleaching. Anyway.
Sorry, continue. Continue.
But because I have no other options, I decided all I have left is the sympathy of strangers and my own story to comfort me. So I had tried anal stuff in the past, not with much success, and it was always only I'd just try sticking up a finger or two up my tube, and it would never really go that far. I'd usually just accept that I was not ready for anything more today, and I'd stop. However, yesterday, I decided to finally try again after watching some gay porn. I don't know if this is a man or a woman, by the way.
It's probably a man.
Anyway, gay porn. I had always wanted to do more and decided tonight was the night. I got some lotion and did my usual ritual of sticking one finger in and then two. That day, though, I was having much more success. I was able to push them in farther and could even fit 3. I wanted to use toys, as that was always something I had fantasized about. Well, the only toy I had was a metal vibrator that was about 3 to 4 inches long and not too wide.
No.
I still wanted to try it and was having success at first. I would just push it in and out, as you do. You know, as you do.
As you do.
Well, eventually, I pushed in nearly all the way, but saved a tiny bit I could grab onto and use it to slide back out. However, my butt had other plans and sucked it up. At first, because I was turned on, I thought nothing of it and masturbated. However, I realized there was a problem shortly after. I shoved my fingers back up to grab at it, and at first I could. But because the end of it was hollow, since it's supposed to be attached to a second part that has the battery that causes it to vibrate, oh my God, I couldn't easily grab onto it. So every time I got close and attempted to grab it, it pushed deeper in. Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm scared.
Oh my God.
Eventually, I couldn't even find it anymore. What? This was very worrying, and I quickly ran to the bathroom. For context, I live with my mom and grandfather.
Oh my God.
I tried pushing it out and grabbing it again, and because this subreddit doesn't allow description of bodily fluids, specifically shit, I cannot get into specifics. Oh,
I don't want to know.
Just know this only fueled to the worry, and even after pushing for about 20 minutes, nothing came out.
20 minutes? He's going to get a hemorrhoid.
Can you imagine, like,
No, I couldn't.
your kid in the bathroom for that long, and you're like, are you okay?
You know what would kill me the most, Danielle, is if that battery was still attached to that thing.
And it was like,
and he accidentally turned it on when he was trying to grab it.
Stop. I finally chose to go to sleep and hope it would expel itself naturally. But today I woke up with no vibrator. But I did have an odd rumbling in my stomach and a weird fuzzy feeling near my back pipe. I cannot go to the doctor as my parents are religious, and I genuinely rather die than tell them why I needed them to drive me to the hospital. If I die, at least I'll have a legacy to remember of being that one guy who shoved a metal vibrator up himself.
Oh,
I'm scared for this person. Wait,
is there an update?
That's where I'm going right now.
Did he die?
That's like scary, bro.
No,
What
that's
are you
so
doing?
terrifying.
No, there's no updates. Let me see if there's any.
I've seen stories of like that things getting stuck. I've seen stories of that. And then they go to the hospital and they have to like sometimes, get them removed. I've seen stuff like that and it's not pleasant to even read. I can't imagine going through it.
There's not even any. Oh my God, is there any like comments from him? Oh, there's like no comments or anything.
Oh
like,
my God, that's so
people
scary.
are like, dude, you will literally die. Please go to the hospital.
No, but actually, especially you went to sleep, it's now part of you. It's part of who you are as a person.
If you have yeah. Someone said, dude, go to the fucking hospital. And someone replied, he likely won't even be the first anal sex toy extraction for the day.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Like this is actually kind of common. I've heard in stories about this of things getting stuck, or like the couple that's experimenting and it goes wrong, and then they're fantasy night turns into an ER visit.
I'm,
I've seen stories like that.
I'm trying to, somebody tried to show me this video and I was like, I'm not watching it. But somebody put like a glass fucking like bottle or something in their
Why?
butt. I don't know why anybody would do that, but it broke in his butt. And
I've
they're
heard
like,
of this before.
I
I
was
think you
like,
told me
why-
this story.
Was that no? Because no, someone tried here. Watch the video. I'm like, I don't want to watch that video. Like, I don't want to watch that at all.
That's terrifying. Oh my God. Shards of glass in your
in your
butt? God forbid.
Stop it.
That's terrifying. Ooh.
I'm nervous.
No.
Stop sticking things in your butt.
Yeah, don't do that. Thank God. He's so lucky there wasn't a battery pack attached to that fucking vibrator. Imagine a battery inside of your body.
Wouldn't it like corrode and start like oozing out the acid or whatever?
He's gonna die.
I think he's gonna die regardless.
That's a terrible way to go.
This was only posted yesterday, so
Imagine he literally said he'd rather die than tell his parents that he got a vibrator stuck up his butt.
I feel like that's a lie. Would you really rather die? I don't think so.
This guy, he must be young.
Well, yeah, he lives with his mom and his grandpa.
Yeah, but there's like people in their 30s who are living with their parents right now.
I wish I was living with my parents.
Yeah, fucking same.
Let me be real about this.
For real. I hate paying rent.
Okay. Another one. So this is like a fuck around and find out another relationship situation. Throwaway account. Me, 40 female, and him, 39 male, have been together for 20 years and married for 15. 2 kids. He has had bouts where he is unhappy and has been caught having emotional affairs several times. Okay?
With males or females?
I'm assuming it's females, but
Okay.
we don't really know. We have separated 3 times, each lasting about 6 months, and then he decides his family is where he wants to be, and we reconcile. Here lately, I'm seeing the same patterns of being unhappy, moping around, disconnecting, facing his phone, etc. I do 95% of the household tasks, on top of working 50 hours a week, homeschooling. He maybe cooks dinner once every 2 weeks, and he is responsible for the grocery shopping on Thursdays and trash on Tuesday. He has hobbies outside of the home that he does once a week, and then he does an all-day thing related to his hobby once a month. I've asked him if he wants to talk about it, and he insists nothing is wrong and I'm imagining things.
I've the gaslighting.
I've stopped pushing. I told him that until he communicates something's wrong, I'm going to assume that it's not. I don't have time to beg someone to tell me what's wrong when they clearly don't want to. The marriage counselor, so they're in counseling, basically told him that he has a communication issue, but he would never do the exercises with me and insisted that the counselor sided with me because she was a woman. When we got a male counselor, he said the same thing and that the guy was interested in me.
Oh
This guy's
my
a fucking asshole.
gosh. I hate him.
I told him this morning, after he was mad that I hadn't pushed him all week trying to figure out what was wrong, that I'm done pushing. I'll ask what's wrong and if there's anything that I can do to help him once or twice, but after that, I'm fucking leaving it. I'm done. I'm exhausted all the time, and I feel like I have a sulky teenager in my house. And now he was giving me the silent treatment and telling people his needs aren't being met.
Ew, what a piece of shit. I don't like him.
Okay, so 3 days later, the husband puts something on Reddit. Okay, so we're going to read his side of the story.
I love when this happens. Oh my God, this is my favorite. Okay,
So we have her side. Now we're going to listen to his.
How do you think he found it? Somebody must have told him or something. Sorry, continue.
I'm giving my wife the silent treatment because she's checked out and no longer pushes me about what is wrong. We've been together 20 years, 2 kids, picket fence, all that good stuff. My wife, 40, and I, 39M, are at an impasse, and I'm giving her the silent treatment because she isn't meeting my needs or showing any concern for me and my feelings. We got into an argument because she asked me what was wrong, and I felt that after 20 years, she should know to keep asking. And she didn't. She told me she would only ask me once and would assume everything is well until I tell her differently. Normally, she asks and asks until I eventually tell her. It's kind of a game. Eventually, I tell her and we work it out. More and more lately, she has less time for me and tells me she's exhausted between work and the kids and home and all the other stuff. I work too. I have hobbies that take me out of the house. I'm tired too. She doesn't get a monopoly on being exhausted. That's parenting. I cook sometimes and take out the garbage once a week, which is more than a lot of men have to do. We have had a hard time on and off through our marriage and are getting on a better track after a separation that I felt was needed after she saw a message pop up on my Apple Watch from a coworker she had asked me to distance myself from personally. I felt she was overstepping just because my coworker is female. My wife is super introverted and doesn't really leave the house, so I'm not worried that she's cheating on me. I've been quiet almost a week and it seems like she doesn't care. So am I the asshole for keeping on with the silent treatment until she goes back to caring for my feelings?
He is a child.
He's fucking around.
He's literally he's a baby. He's like, she only asked me what was wrong for like 3 weeks and she didn't continue. She doesn't care about me. This guy is delusional. He's not okay in that. He's literally delusional. He's not okay. What the fuck? That woman is way too nice.
She really is.
You better pack those kids up and get the fuck out. And I'm sorry, she found messages from a girl that she told you to delete.
Yeah, she said, stay away from this woman, probably someone that he had an emotional affair with, because if you
Clearly.
heard, her side was, we've already been through this a few times. We've been separated 3 times.
6 months at a time.
For 6 months. And he always
he was for sure fucking around.
Because, yeah, well, that's what happens. And then he's like, okay, it's not as fun as I think it should be. So I just go back to like what's normal, because she takes care of him. She takes care of the kids. She takes care of the house. And she
That's
pays
so
for everything.
sad.
And she pays for half of everything.
That's so sad. He's playing an absolute game with her. Literally, your whole marriage, your 20 years of knowing somebody, you're a child.
Well,
you're literally
they've been
a baby.
together since they were babies. Think about it. Because she's 40 and he's 39. So
Oh
they've been
my
together for
God.
20 years. So like
You
you're
have no business being in a relationship
19
that
and
early.
20 years old is like, you're too young.
Didn't you say the other day that men don't fully develop until 42?
42, yeah, when they
Disgusting.
fully mature.
Allegedly.
Supposedly.
Allegedly. Oh my, that's terrible. I hope she figures it out. That's
But here, there's
Gaslighting ass
some edits, and then there's
bitch.
another update.
on whose side, hers or his?
From him.
Oh, okay.
So the edit's from him and the update is from him as well. And then there's like a really long, actually, no, there's an edit from her too.
They're just arguing off of Reddit
They're
instead of like talking to each other.
Yeah.
They're trying to talk to each other through Reddit. I'm like, like these stories of everybody who's like in marriages. Y'all are children, fucking playing games. But continue.
Okay, so the edit from him is, I get it. I'm a massive asshole. I'm going to have a talk with her when I get home to see where she is at. If she has checked out of the relationship emotionally, I'll let her go, even if I don't want that. I grew up in the same kind of household and seeing my grandparents do the same. The only thing she does differently from my mom and granny is hold a job. I still don't think I'll do therapy, as I don't think I need it, but I'll make an effort to be more supportive at home and help. It's not help. You're not doing yourselves any favors with that
absolutely not.
edit, sir.
No.
Update. Apparently, my wife posted last week and got an overwhelming amount of support telling her I was a narcissist and to leave me.
Wow.
She set up an appointment with a lawyer based on the feedback. It's in 2 weeks. I'm not sure who sent her this post, but she is pissed at me. Okay, so I wonder how, like, there are some real sleuths, private investigators on Reddit or just the internet in general, like how they can find people and they know that this one is, and they message. It's insane.
It's nuts.
They should be a part of the FBI.
For sure. 100%.
Update number 2. Since this has gained so much attention, I'm doing a final update and then I'm deleting this account. The messages, comments, everything is a lot to deal with. My wife destroyed all of her journals she had been keeping since middle school, so I couldn't read them. Holy shit, he was reading her journals. Oh, sir, are you okay?
Who is this human?
He's really fucking around. So I couldn't read them and try to use anything against her.
He's saying this out loud. He's
putting pen to paper. He's literally writing this, and you have to read it. You don't edit. Holy shit! Apparently, she had them hidden in various spots in the house, like under a loose step in the staircase and under a drawer in the bathroom. She was really trying to hide her shit from you, dude.
Under a step in the staircase, Danielle? What kind of relationship was this?
Clearly a great, awesome one where they definitely trusted each other.
He sounds he could be violent.
I get it. I'm an overwhelming asshole. I appreciate the message that have sent me links and videos. She is adamant in moving forward with the lawyer and told me her best hope is to co-parent as civilized adults and do what's best for the kids. Her name is nowhere on the house as it was an inheritance, so she will have to move. There's nothing I can do about that. I'll try to make it as easy as possible on her from here on out and apologize for taking advantage of her and what a wonderful person she is. Like, you know, it's really funny, like when people come onto Reddit and they're asking these questions and they're like, I'm right here. You know, like I'm the good one. Please, I need validation. And people fucking tear them apart. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Like literally, but you know what the sad part is? When they still don't change, they still are like, woe is me. Or I'm like, no, I'm right. I'm right.
He's
like, you're psychotic.
He's literally trying to change his tune in all the edits and the updates. But
no.
So there's one comment, and then we'll read the update from the wife. So this comment is from the husband's update. You're the asshole and your wife should leave you. Summing up the worst crimes from your comments. So this person read through all of this guy's comments and like, I'm just going to bullet point list everything that's fucked up about you.
Literally, and somewhat illegal.
Right?
But continue.
1, she works full time, yet still handles 90% of the household chores and parenting. 2, she manages and homeschools your child with special needs. 3, you read her private journal and excuse it with some BS that you do not believe in or allow privacy of any kind in marriage. 4, you had 2 emotional affairs. 1 with one of her only friends 2 months after your wife had given birth and was postpartum depression.
Oh my God.
Now she no longer has friends of her own, or at least lets them around you. 5, you are currently on the road to a new affair with a coworker who you admit messages you constantly, calls you love, and discusses how handsome you are.
Oh.
6, you are currently and openly playing mind games with your wife to purposefully make her feel anxious and not tell her what's going on with you. You are now giving her the silent treatment in addition to this because she isn't begging you to tell her anymore. 7, used weaponized incompetence and claim you can't do the dishes or laundry, but you make dinner once every few weeks and take out the trash, which is so equal. 8, meanwhile, your wife split her C-section incision twice doing your laundry postpartum. Oh my God, this guy is a fucking terrible person.
Oh my God, he's awful.
9, you do not tell your wife you love her or compliment her. You, when pushed on the last time you were kind or loving to her, you said you gave her a card in May.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. 10, you refused therapy because the female therapist sided with your wife saying women stick together. You quit therapy completely when the male therapist did that too. Honestly, she's a saint and deserves so much more. You are not worth 5 minutes of her time. Luckily, she seems to be realizing that fact.
Oh my God.
So this man really
This is loaded.
He fucked all the way around. He was doing all the most fucked up shit.
Like, he's not okay.
Came to Reddit and was like, am I fucked up? She's not asking me. She doesn't care about me.
What is wrong with you? People like that, they're so delusional. He was probably coddled as a baby. Because he was saying, like, the only thing she does different for my Mima, my
Not
mommy,
my Mima.
is she doesn't work.
Or she could hold a job.
So he's basically saying, like, I grew up in a household where these women quite literally did everything for me, and they worked. And they had a job.
No. The mother and the grandma didn't work. The only thing different between the mom and the granny was that the wife has a job. That's the only thing different. That's
even worse.
So they did all the household chores. They did the laundry. They took care of the kids. They did the cooking. They did this. They did all of these things. So, you know, my wife should do all the same things and keep a job and pay for half the mortgage or whatever the house is inherited and pay for half the bills and deal with me when I decide I want to have an emotional affair with my coworker. And like, what?
Just know that if there was a pool in that backyard, I'm drowning that man. Some real like dead to me bullshit. Literally call over a friend and be like, trip that motherfucker.
Damn.
And then close the pool. Are you kidding me? You're a terrible human. She needs to take those kids and she needs to run. She needs to get the fuck away fast.
Okay, so this is the final update from the wife.
There's more.
Final update from her. So the last couple things we read were about the husband and his update and his edit. Oh, I get it. I'm an asshole. Everyone hates me.
Shut
Please,
up.
I'm deleting this because everyone's being mean to me.
Literally, I have to go through 2 therapists, and none of them can get. Those therapists probably looked at her and was like,
"Run,
get the fuck out of here."
Except you can't say that. You
No,
can't
you
say
can't.
you can't say run.
No.
But they were like, you should probably run.
You should probably get the fuck out of this ASAP.
So this is the final update from the wife. I guess things imploded yesterday. I think he found my original post, copied a lot of my posts, and then posted trying to get sympathy here and was absolutely destroyed. Thank you, great Reddit folks, for that. I had the post sent to my main, and I'm not sure who figured that out, but you should 100% make finding obscure people on their internet a career.
For real.
He claimed he isn't on social media or Reddit, and that simply isn't true. He spends a great majority of his time on social media. He left and went to stay with a friend after me telling him that I was done and there was no coming back from everything. I guess I kind of came out of the fog reading all the replies and the books I ordered. I found out he read my journals, and that was the overall breaking point for me. I appreciate the feedback and messages so much and everyone who took time to link his post. I hope you wonderful people are having amazing lives, and I wish you all the best.
You know what I can't seem to understand? The journaling part. People who just like can't stop journaling no matter what. Is that just like a gateway?
Journaling?
Yeah.
I actually find it very helpful. Like, I started journaling in this year of our Lord,
Yeah, I mean,
2024.
I started journaling a couple of years ago, but like not consistently. You know what I mean? To be like to report on every single one of my days.
No, but I do like the idea.
What do you do with the journals? You've had them since high school. What do you do with them? Like, she's had them since high school. What are you doing with them?
Maybe she puts them like in a box. I
Like-
don't know. Sometimes it's nice to go back and read like what you wrote.
I don't know, because I went back on like a year ago and I read it's like exactly a year ago today, journal entry, and I'm like, I scratched my head. I was like,
Hello.
what? I was like, who is that? I'm like, okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know why that was just like a thought, because I was like, you are getting to a point where you're hiding your journals under the
floorboards.
Under the floorboards.
She had to have known that he was like looking at her
Psychotic.
shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like, why else would you hide it like that? But
That's what I'm
she I
saying.
mean, she's known him for 20 years. You've got to know how psychotic somebody is
For
at
sure.
that point.
And he got her when she was so young, or they started dating when they were so young, and he's a year younger than her.
Yeah.
So they started dating when they were so young. She doesn't know anything else.
Yeah.
She literally doesn't know anything else. Those journals are probably literally her life.
It's the only way she can get away.
Because it's the only way to like escape reality. Or, you know, when you put your life in a journal like that, I guess it just makes it more real. I don't know. It just goes to show too, like relationships like that, especially like emotionally abusive relationships, how they could really have a hold on people. Like,
It's insanity. It's actual insanity.
It's literally insanity. Like, they need to be put in a padded room.
Did I ever tell you about the time that when I was living with my ex that he had his old phone? This fucking man. He had his old phone. Okay. And actually on 2 different occasions, probably more. I only know about 2.
Oh, jeez.
One time he put it on record in the basement. I don't know what he thought he was going to find.
What were you trying to find in the basement?
I don't know. I remember looking at the video, and he like put it in a shelf, and then you can like see his face going like this.
Oh my
He's,
gosh.
like looking to see if it's catching. If it's catching him. I don't know what he thought, but it was in the basement. I go, what the fuck did you think you were gonna find in the basement? Like,
what the fuck?
I don't know. I guess he thought I was sneaking people in the house, but if I would sneak, what? Like, it's more obvious if someone goes all the way around through the back gate and through
Into
the
the basement.
than through the front door. Like, are you all right?
Because he was fucking around.
And maybe, he probably was. He also took that same phone and instead of making it like a video recording, he did like a voice note recording and he recorded like 12 hours of me being in the house when he went to work.
Danielle, that's psychotic. That's not
wait,
natural.
No, it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. He's sitting there listening to 12 hours worth of audio of, I don't even know what the fuck he was listening to because I was like in and out of the house and I was like doing things. And at that point, I was watching Lost on Netflix. I was going through all the seasons of Lost. And I probably watched like 4 or 5 episodes that night. I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't do anything.
And you didn't know that you were being recorded.
Didn't know that I was being recorded, but I was like laughing and like I don't, whatever noises I was making, just like, or I think I yelled at the cat or something.
Mm-hmm.
He calls me like the next day or the day after. He's like, "You cheated on me." I was like, "What?"
You're like, you were literally in your bed eating popcorn, watching Lost with your cat.
But I didn't even know what was going on. "You cheated on me Saturday night." I'm like, "Saturday night? What did I do?" And I'm like, had to really think. I'm like, "What did I do Saturday night?" I was like, "I was watching Lost Saturdays." "No, I heard." "You heard what?"
Right.
"What did you hear?"
You literally just outed yourself, you fucking psychopath.
And he's like, "No, I heard someone and you guys had sex." And I was like, I didn't. So like, I don't know what, like I was watching Lost. Like, what are you talking about? So he let me listen and it was me yelling at the cat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I heard. And I was like that I laughed. Those were the two things. And I was like, okay, like let's put this in perspective here. Okay. You're telling me that I had somebody come in the house. I opened the front door, didn't say hi to this person.
Right. There was no dialogue.
There was no talking. We went into my room. We had sex.
No noise.
I laughed. And then he left and I didn't say goodbye.
Use your brain. Use your brain.
But that's what you're saying right now.
That is so
like,
crazy.
When you're that insane.
Hang him over the balcony. Just at that point, just hang him over the balcony.
I really should have just like put him in the swamp and let the crocodiles get him, honestly.
For literally.
Like, goodbye.
Goodbye,
what are you doing? Fucking lunatic.
That is crazy. I don't know what I would do. See, that's where like the violence in me comes in. Because it's still there. It doesn't just disappear. She's there. I just keep her at bay.
Well, yeah.
If I found out that I was like secretly being recorded like that, like, and I found out about it, there's something's breaking. And you could start accusing me. I'm not going to tell you if I did or didn't. I'm breaking something. Your face, your phone, your car, something's getting set on fire. And it could be you.
See, my problem was
That's psychotic.
I was trying to like be reasonable. I was like, you're not thinking clearly. Like, you're not thinking clearly. Like, I'm trying to like reason with this insane person.
He was trying to find any excuse. He was trying to find any excuse for it to turn on you so you could be the reason why you guys break up, not him. You guys broke up not because of him, but because of you. That's what he wanted. He didn't want to look like the bad guy in this because I can guarantee you he was doing shicey shit.
I'm sure.
For sure. No one just flies off the rails like that and starts recording in the basement.
Yo, the video.
Are you okay?
The video in the basement of him trying to like get it straight. All I see is the big face and
it's like something that'll just live in your head rent free
forever.
Forever.
Oh my God.
I'm fucking dead.
Okay, so this is gonna be our last one, and this is brought to you by Linda.
Hi.
Do you want to read it?
No, absolutely not.
Well,
of course not.
Okay, so I have to read it and react to it. I didn't read the whole thing because I like to like know, or I like to just react to things.
Okay. The title got me though. I was like, what?
Again, this is I fucked up. The I fucked up subreddit. I snorted my grandpa's ashes. Yo.
This was like a real like I fucked around and I found out.
He found all the way out. I was going through some of my brother's old stuff as he had moved, and I knew he did blow and other sorts of drugs at the time. and found a little bag of stuff that looked like drugs. Come on. I found some drugs.
Also, why were your grandpa's ashes in just like a bag like that?
I don't know. It was half a sandwich bag twisted up and held together with a hair tie. Bitch, what? Me being a rebellious teen, I wanted to get high off basically anything I could, so I snorted it, and it felt like shards going in. So then my immediate thought was that I did meth and not coke. Damn, dude. I had some sort of placebo high for a while and thought that was it. A few months later, when my brother visited, he had asked if he had left it. I told him I had thrown it away, not wanting him to know that I did meth on accident, and then was told that it was my grandfather's ashes. I still have never told anyone until now, and I can't forgive myself for what I have done.
Read the comment.
So the top comment is, just be more careful putting things in your body, especially drugs. If it was another drug that needs to be taken a different way, snorting it could cause an OD. As far as your grandfather, I wouldn't stress it. At the end of the day, your granddad isn't here anymore, so he doesn't need his ashes. And the ashes don't give you any additional memories or anything. At the end of the day, I really hate when people say that, by the way. At the end of the day, what did you really lose? I hope I don't come off as disrespectful, but just trying to point out that you didn't disrupt anything. You're fine. You're fine.
I like, because I read the actual post, but then I happened to read the comment after. I was like, hold up. Bitch. How do you go about the rest of your life knowing that you snorted your grandfather's ashes, thinking it was coke? And then thinking it was meth.
Stop. I have so many questions. Number one, you don't know what coke looks like?
He's a teenager. He's never done drugs before.
Are you sure?
He said he was like just like any other teen. I just wanted to get high off of something, and he knew that his brother did blow.
I knew my brother did blow, but I mean, you've not seen, how old is this person?
I don't know. I don't think it said.
Hold on. And found a bag that looked like drugs. Okay. Found a bag that you have not seen any movies.
Well, that's probably right. If he thought it was coke and it was in a Ziploc bag twisted with a hair tie, he probably thought in his head, this must be coke because my brother does coke. He was like a young kid. Why is his ashes in a Ziploc bag with held together with a hair tie?
No, come on. No, stop it right now. No, because I'm still stuck on, you don't know what coke looks like, but you know you have to snort it.
That's probably what he got from the movies.
But in the movies, it's white, and I'm sure that these ashes were not white.
I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't say it in the post.
How could you ask? I want to call. Can you imagine sending the kid? Are you fucking so silly that you don't know what cocaine looks like?
Yeah, it was funny. I was actually looking through the comments and nobody said anything like that. They were all just like, "Ooh, that sucks." Like everybody was kind of like,
"Ooh, I feel nervous. Ooh. I'm a little like." No,
yeah, uncomfortable.
You don't know what it looks like. If you know that you have to snort it, you don't know that it's supposed to be white and not whatever color ashes are, gray.
Yeah, there's gray.
When there's ashes of people, you know, there's like bone fragments. Do you know what I mean?
He said it felt like shards of glass up his nose.
Yeah, it's bones up your nose. He's like, he didn't go to his... Oh my God. Like there's like fragments floating around in his brain.
And he said, he's like, and I think it was a placebo effect, but I felt a little high. No, you didn't, honey.
He said, I thought I snorted some meth.
He said, I instantly thought, that's meth. What?
No, come on. No, enough.
Do you snort meth? What
I don't know.
I thought meth is like,
I thought you smoke it.
I thought you shoot it up.
Oh. I guess you could shoot it. Yeah, you can shoot it.
I've never looked into it, but that's what I always thought.
I've never done meth, but I definitely know people that have done meth.
I don't personally know anybody that's done meth.
I do.
Not in my 29 years of existence.
No, I don't know.
I definitely see them running around New York City a lot, though. I'm like, that's definitely a meth head. In my head, I'm like, that's what a meth head looks like.
I think what they call them, tweakers.
They tweaking. And this kid was hoping he'd be tweaking, but he wasn't.
But he was
But the
not.
comment, they were like, it's okay. Grandpa's still fine. But are you okay? I'm the most concerned about the one with the vibrator up his ass.
I know that actually was
Up his
posted yesterday,
butthole.
so maybe I will keep looking at that to see if there's
Oh
any
my
updates.
gosh. How do you extract something? You gotta shove a tube up there, like a vacuum, like and like that must get messy.
I'm just like wondering. I mean, it's all connected, right? Like to your
Isn't
intestines and
it's
stuff.
like
Well, yeah,
it's
but there's like so many feet of intestines, and like isn't like your colon and like your intestines.
I don't know. I skipped anatomy. I don't know, but I just keep thinking about this guy. I'm like, I feel so bad for him. And I need him to tell his mom.
Yeah, go to the hospital. Sir.
I'll come pick you up and I'll bring you to the hospital.
Yeah, do you need help?
Like text us.
Should we message him?
Message him. And
Hi,
be like,
if you need
"Hey,
help, we can come help you.
we can for sure help you with this one."
Oh my God.
Fucked around and found out for real. Like, what did you say the other day? Like, our ancestors fucked around and we're all now finding out.
I actually think that's this generation. I think it's what is it, Gen Z?
Mm-hmm.
Is the find out generation
Mm-hmm.
when the boomers were like actually mostly boomers.
Yeah.
Is the fuck around generation because they fucked around and
They
now
really did.
we're all finding out now.
We're all finding out. Because like the boomers didn't know. They thought the world was ending in 2012 anyway.
No, I think the boomers are so very arrogant that they think everybody's gonna stay forever. Like the earth is we're not gonna deplete the earth of its resources. We're not going to. There's no such thing as global warming. There's no such thing as whatever the fuck else our new age millennial and Gen Z shit, whatever we're saying is not fucking correct. We're fine. We're fine. We're just dramatic and we're
Well, because they're on their way out.
they don't give a fuck what they leave to us.
They don't give a shit. They're literally on their way out. They don't care. I saw a post the other day. It was like, if you're like 10 years ago, or no, sorry, what was it? Boomers make like $63,000 a year is equivalent to almost $250,000 a year today. That's like a $200,000 difference.
Well, there's also
And they're like, what do you mean you can't buy a house?
no.
That's
there's
why I
an
said there's
argument
people
now.
are living with their parents.
Like that they were saying. I think boomers are trying to say that making $75,000 a year is middle class when that is absolutely not true.
No.
But it's like they don't get it because when you can buy a house, like you can basically have a career not going to college.
Yeah.
It was single income households taking care of, a wife and a couple of kids.
Yeah.
When everything was like in a reasonably priced, like the inflation has gone up so much.
Yeah.
Especially in the last few years. And I mean, we can talk about how they say, oh, it's like a supply chain. It's regular inflation does not do what this is doing.
No.
Right now.
Right.
This inflation that we're dealing with right now is it's corporations and them charging more just because they can. It's gouging.
We're also funding 3 wars. 3.
Well, I'm talking about inflation for goods, for like it's corporations. It's their greed because they're all making record profits.
Yeah.
Like I just said last week, with Dunkin' Donuts making billions of dollars a quarter.
And it
not paying
pisses
people
me off
properly.
when you can't tell me where billions of dollars is going, but like you want to come after me for my taxes.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you. Assholes. Well, at least it's not our generation that's going to find out. It's the next generation that's going to find out.
But we're feeling the find out right now.
Oh, yeah. No.
What is it?
I feel it.
The fuck us about us eras has just begun. It's like we are in the find out era from the fuck around.
From the boomers. Thanks a lot, Dad.
Your dad's not a boomer. Your dad's Gen X.
Is he?
My parents are boomers.
Oh.
Like they're in their 60s.
Thanks a lot, Grandpa.
Actually, my dad's going to be 70 this year. And
oh my gosh.
I had a whole
like a moment.
Oh,
meanwhile, my dad's 50 and he's like, I'm 50. I'm like, you're a young buck.
Yeah, no, he's Gen
you
X.
Okay.
Gen X, those are the ones that are like, nobody fucks with Gen X because like they're like the quiet generation.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, don't bother us.
Yeah.
We held our shit. We took care of what we needed to fucking take care of. So
that's so funny. when is the time frame for millennials? Like what years are those?
I gotta be honest, I don't know the exact years.
Because I feel like I'm like when I say like millennials, I'm like, what is that? Like I can say, am I a millennial? Like I'm a millennial, right?
You're right at the tail end. Millennials were born between 1981 and 1996.
Okay.
So you're like right there.
Yeah.
There's like crossover. So there's kind of like, cause I'm like I'm an elder millennial. So I have there's like this like teeny tiny micro generation that's called Xennial, which is like, we didn't grow up with, like electronics and shit. Like we actually had to go outside, and when it started to get dark, we had to come home.
Yeah.
You know, like we were outside kids, but like I didn't get a cell phone until I was like 18.
Yeah. I got my first, like, I was just saying this, I was just having this conversation, right? Because it starts to change. I was just having this conversation with my uncle because we're talking about like beepers and stuff. And like, because I was born in 94. So throughout the 90s, it was so fun. Like the 90s were so cool. I was a child, but we didn't grow up with electronics like that. You know what I mean? The computer had just came out.
Yeah.
Or the first cell phone. I think it was a cell phone, not the computer. Or maybe both. I don't fucking know. The internet.
Dial up, man. Tell me.
Dial up. So it's like the older people had the electronics because they were so expensive back then. I mean, like the first camera was like $2,500. And back in the early 90s, that's a lot of fucking money for a fucking camera. But anyway, but like we grew up, like I had like a real childhood, same thing. You're outside. If you hear your mom when the sun goes down, just know you got to be inside.
Yeah.
But then like once I got to high school, that was normal to have a phone.
Yeah.
And it was like a Razor. It was like a little flip phone.
Oh, I had the Nokia, the little brick.
Oh my God, the brick. And then I had a Sidekick. Oh my God, it was the coolest thing ever.
Ooh.
Because like back then you had to press like number 4
that's the
3 times.
The T9 it was called texting.
Yeah. And then I had that first, and then I had the Sidekick, and then I got the BlackBerry.
Oh yeah, BlackBerry was elite.
Year. I had the one with the touch screen, the flip up touch screen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was the coolest kid in school.
You couldn't tell. You can say anything to you. You couldn't tell.
You know what you could do? You could BBM me.
Okay, not
and
the BBM.
Maybe I'll answer. But yeah, we had like MySpace, AIM. Like it was so cool. I think about that sometimes. Like my brother's generation, like
has no idea.
No, zero clue. And I'm pretty sure if I sat with like my younger cousins in like their mid to late teens and like I say things like this, like, oh, like I was saying to my cousin just recently, I was like, oh yeah, when like Instagram first came out, like you couldn't do anything except search for somebody, follow them on Instagram, and like a picture.
Yep.
There was no DMing.
No.
There was no stories. There was no commenting.
Nope.
You couldn't do anything except follow somebody and like a picture. That's it.
However,
and they were like,
you could look. You could look and see what everyone else liked.
That's how I found my ex-boyfriend cheating on me.
I would say that's what destroyed relationships.
For sure. And you know what else? Like now I think about it, and it's like you can unsend text messages, you can go live, you can do all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like the younger generation, especially the little kids right now. I'm like,
no idea.
We're going to be dinosaurs to them. They're going to be like, huh, a beeper. What the fuck's that? Oh, that beeper was so cool.
You know what? They don't know what cool is. That's all I got to say.
No. So we're going to find out. They're going to find out. And the older generations absolutely fucked us.
Absolutely.
They fucked around and we're finding out.
We sure are.
And that's it.
I think that's it. So moral of the story.
Don't fuck around because you're going to find out.
Thank you. Don't mess with the bully. You're going to get the horns. Okay. And if you messy up your bed, you still got to sleep in it.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quit fucking around.
Stop fucking around because you're going to find out.
Okay. Thank you for joining us for another episode of On the DL. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, onthedl.pod, and also TikTok, onthedl.pod. Catch us on YouTube.
And Spotify and Apple Music.
Give us a little review, like, subscribe.
Please and thank you.
All right. Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.